Hi everyone, it's Sherry and I'm here today using some of the elements from the Simon Says Stamp February card kit. The stamp set that is in the kit is coffee and tea. The kit has sold out, but you can still get the stamp set and the elements separately, which I will link down in the video description below if you're interested. And what I'm going to do here is just take the teacup that's in the stamp set and I'm going to stamp those with some Simon Says Stamp clear ink and then use some white embossing powder. And when I set the teacups, I'm then going to come in and use the new Jane Davenport Mermaid markers. These markers are dye-based markers. They are not light fast and they are water soluble. So I wanted to try them out on a little watercoloring. And these are much like some of your other pens, such as your Spectrum Sparkle pen, your Wink of Stella. There is a little guard on them that you have to remove before you use them. So I'm coming in with the actual marker and I am putting down some color, and then I'm using a water brush just to try to spread the color around. And you can even come back in with more color if you didn't get enough and create some shading. Also, with these markers, you can lift some color away if you get it too strong in one area, and you will see me do that when I color the yellow cup. And I'm actually not going to color all of these, just going through the pink one and through the yellow one, and then I will finish the rest off camera just so that this video is not terribly long. So I'm laying down some water, and now I'm coming in and laying down the ink, and I'm going to spread it back out with my water brush. Okay, so here you can see where I lifted out a little bit of that yellow. I thought I had it a little bit too strong there in the middle of that area. Finish up the handle, and then here you go. I finished everything else off camera, and then I decided I wanted to add some solid hearts and do the same thing and emboss those. Again, I'm using the clear embossing ink and the white embossing powder. And now what I want to do is I want to color my background. The colors in the pack are pretty much, I guess you would call marine colors. They all have a fancy little name that has to do with the ocean, the sea, whatnot. So I wanted to create more of a light sandy brown, if you will, maybe even a tea dye look or coffee stains, what have you. So I took the yellow marker and I incorporated some of the brown marker, and that allowed me to get the color that I wanted. So I brought in another water brush that has a bigger tip on it so I could cover more area quickly. And I'm just going to lay down a little bit of color and then start spreading it out all over the background. If you get any hard edges from the ink, you can just go right back in with water and kind of smooth those out, because again, they do reactivate if you wet them again. So I'm going to finish up this area and probably a little bit up under the purple teacup and finish the rest of it off camera as well. And And you can see here I got a little dark, but in the end I was able to come back in and smooth it out. So now I have this paper pack from Doodlebug that was also in the kit, and I chose the polka dot and cut it out with the Simon Says Stamp basic rectangle die, and then I cut out my watercolor piece with the stitch rectangle dies. And now I'm going to decide on my sentiment, which is I only need 2 things and a colon. And I'm going to stamp that on the front of the card using my Misty. Try to help me get it straight. And fiddle around with it till I decide exactly where I want to put it. And then pick that up with the Misty Door. And I will be using some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I decided to use the Misty because I am using watercolor paper. It's really textured, so if I need to stamp twice, or even here the 3rd time, it's in the Misty. It's going to line up every time. So now I'm going to put a standard A2 size top folding card in the Misty, and I'm going to stamp the U and coffee from the stamp set on the inside. And I just chose a coordinating ink cube that I had from My Favorite Things. And I do have to stamp that one a couple of times, maybe even 3, just to try to get the ink to smooth out some. And that's pretty much going to be it for the inside of the card. And then I will start the assembly. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow just to place down my pattern paper. And that Doodlebug pack, by the way, is called Cream and Sugar. So get that lined up and put down. And then I'm going to use the shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. These are the Latte Love, and these are just some cute little enamel accents. So I wanted to use the little sugar cubes in the actual coffee cups. So I'm going to take a knife, and I'm just going to cut a slit right in the coffee area, if you will. And I'm going to do this on 3 of the cups. And this first one I didn't quite get wide enough. So I went back in and made the slit in the coffee cup just a tiny bit bigger. And slipped that sugar cube right down in that slit. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pink and the yellow cup as well. So make that slit, open it up, add the little sugar cube, and one last one to the yellow cup. And I really wasn't worried about these moving or going anywhere because my foam tape that I'm going to put on the back of this watercolor piece is pretty much going to secure the sugar cubes from the back side. I believe there was one that my foam tape didn't actually cover. and trim up one piece of that foam tape there. That was just a little bit too long when I tore it. And I'm going to remove the release paper and pop this on my card front. And then I'm going to come back with my Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen, and I'm just going to add a little bit of shininess to the coffee. When you do this with these markers, it is going to lift and move the color a little bit. So you just want to be really light-handed. And this is going to be it for my card today. Thanks for joining. And I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.